Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. We got a lot to get to this episode, a couple various things. One, I was ripped off. A very special item was taken from me. We'll address that and work to replace it. I got to test drive a cool new bike yesterday. I was out yesterday. So we'll look at that. That'll be a big thing. And at the end, I'll show you something coming up, a cool place coming up that's pretty cool. But just before we jump into it, some people have mentioned in the comments or even sent messages, the last couple weeks, V has been noticeably absent in a couple videos. And I just wanted to address that real quick. The truth of the matter is she's been ill. She's been struggling with some kind of illness over the last 2 weeks. So pursuant to that, she's been doctor's appointments, hospital visits, follow-up visits, in for tests, all sorts. So we've been working through that, and between all that and then some days just not feeling well, she's been either home or at appointments and so forth. She insists that I continue on during her illness, but it is something we're working through together. And we're not really sure what it is or how serious it is, but she's been to many hospitals. She even ran into a subscriber one day at a hospital appointment. She's on a ton of medication, and it seems to be, at least the last couple days, I think the medication, I think it's starting to work. She seems a little better the last couple days. So that's why I bring this up now. I think maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. We'll see. I'll follow up. But I just wanted to address that. And some of you are right. She's, like I said, noticeably absent in some of the episodes the last couple of weeks. And that's why we have had to even curtail and cancel some travel plans and et cetera as we work through this together. But hopefully she'll be back up to her old chipper self soon. So that's what's going on there. Today she seems okay. She spends a lot of time resting and so forth. Anyway, we got a lot to get to. So we'll jump into this. We'll start with one of the favorite things in town here, a little breakfast.
So that's right, breakfast, which has to be one of the most talked about subjects here in Pattaya. I like the Continental Bakery here once in a while on Kickz. Great offerings here, and I'm not out much for breakfast. I prefer to eat in the middle of the day, but on this day, I had a special bike event to attend, so here I am.
I went around and checked a couple pawn shops this morning. When I got back from my trip, my desktop microphone that I used to record some of the voiceovers for the videos was gone. Just gone. Very peculiar. Don't know what happened to it. Somebody stole it, obviously. But anyway, we'll have to replace that. I'll have to go find a new one today in Tucum after the event. I just thought I'd stop here at the Continental Bakery, get something to eat. Since I'm out early, I like to come here. They've got a good breakfast. So grab something to eat here, then we'll go to this event and we'll see what that is. Hopefully I get to do what I want to do. I think it's like a test ride event. So we'll see what that is.
Right, no matter what I get for breakfast here, I always try to get the ham. I love their ham here. On this day, scrambled eggs, beans, and some of their fresh baked bread. That's another specialty, by the way, of course, the fresh baked bread. My little companion here, I don't know, maybe too many lady drinks. Anyway, let's get down to the event.
So about a month ago, I showed you guys a brand new scooter to hit the scene here in Thailand. And we visited the dealership here in Pattaya, but that's about it. We got a quick look. I promised, though, if I had the opportunity, I'd come back and ride one and let you know what I thought about it. Well, guess what? Today's that day. I got the opportunity. I'll show you. So that's what we're going to do. So we're at the Terminal 21 shopping mall today, and there's a big event being put on by Aprilia. And they've brought just about all their bikes, I think, that you can buy here, they've brought. But the big thing is the new SR200 scooter that we looked at about a month ago. And I believe that's the only one you can test ride. I even tried to bribe the guy to start up one of the V4s. He let me sit on it. But I said, can you start it up and we can hear it? And they don't even have batteries. So I don't think anybody's going to be riding one of those. But they got a nice little course here set up, kind of behind me here. And it's around these airplanes, these jets that are a permanent fixture here at Terminal 21. I think that's a pretty cool place to test ride a little slalom around some cones here underneath the airplanes. There's two of them. So anyway, I'll register for the event here. I checked in with the ladies. It's still 15 minutes to wait. Starts at 11. The website said 10, well, whatever. They're still setting things up. But it's pretty cool, and they've got all kind of the merchandise and all the bikes. But I think what's funny, there's hardly anybody here. It is early. But there's like a ton of people waiting for the mall to open, sitting on the steps waiting for the mall to open. And here it is, I don't know, just 11 in the morning, not even 11 in the morning, and people can't wait to get into the shopping mall. So anyway, the music's starting. We'll see what it's going to be, and I'll go for a test ride and let you know what it is. Even though I just had breakfast, these burgers over here smell divine. Oh, Mark, I need Tina. Oh, Santan, Moni Terminal. Wow, they're grilling the onions. Just that smells awesome. They said they're usually at Central Festival. I'll have to go by and get one day. They look pretty legit. They're just here for this special event.
Right, now we'll have to get registered for the event. A lot of these events, you can register online prior to attending the event. And I didn't find out about this one until like the day before. So I just showed up, and they let you register here as well. You know, one thing at these test ride events, they do ask if you have a driver's license usually. I got a coupon there, a little thing. Now, we'll talk about that later, but actually, that little coupon there has quite a value. I didn't realize it at the time, but after I registered, I was given a bottle of water and directed to sit over in the shade, and then invited over to the booth to get geared up. They want you to wear these knee pads and also a jacket. They provided that, though, so knee pads and jacket for me. And, of course, you got to wear a helmet and all that. So they pulled one of the bikes out. I got a red one here. I gave it a good little test, and the guy walked me through the switch gear and all that stuff, but everything was pretty straightforward and where you'd expect it to be. I gave the camera to one of the Aprilia guys and said, could you film me? And he did, kind of. He gave up pretty quick. He didn't get much of it. But anyway, I'll tell you all about it.
I think I was the first one to do the test ride. I registered and they sent me in right away. I had to wear a jacket and knee pads, just a safety thing. I brought my own helmet, but they have all that stuff here for you. So my first impression was it set a little high. It wasn't too high for me. I just thought it was a little too high for the average person. And he said the rear end is adjustable, so they can adjust that if you have shorter legs or whatever, which I thought was kind of cool. But despite the fact that it set up high, it was very flickable. It was very easy to go through the slalom on. The brakes are some of the best brakes of any scooter I've ever been on. Very, very good brakes, which performance things like that would be expected with the Aprilia name. The motor was very smooth. One of the smoothest motors, very Honda-esque, but a little bit gruntier, had a little bit more attitude than like a PCX motor, but still silky smooth. Very low exhaust noise, but about par on course with everything else that's out there. Decent throttle response. It felt, like I said, just a one little step above your average 150 class. This is more like a 170 something. They call it a 200. But it's only like three horsepower more. We went over that last time, and that's about what it felt, just a little bit extra there. It handled very well. It was comfortable over the bumps. For a scooter, it did amazing over the bumps. I wouldn't have felt those bumps on my bike, but it's still jarring, and they have very abrupt speed bumps, and you can go over them at speed here on the course. And I guess it's good they did that. It has a very solid feel over the bumps, even though they'll still move your bum right off the seat. It's not going to soak them all up, but it didn't bottom out either. So the suspension is firm. It's not as soft, but for speed bumps and things like that, you're still going to have to slow down like a regular scooter. It's not like a whole gobs of suspension travel like a dirt bike or something like that. Very nice. It's a good course they got set up. I got lost on the first lap, and then a guy guided me around for a lap, and then I did my own lap. I was confused-elated on which way to go. I got the new bike and all these cones, and anyway, it was fun. It's a good time. They got some discounts on these out here today. And when I registered, if you add them to your line, they gave me a coupon. I think I get some free stuff with that, like a burger or a drink or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it is. I don't know if I could eat one of those big burgers. I had that breakfast. Maybe I shouldn't have had breakfast. So wow, the chocolate drink was really chocolatey, very rich. Actually kind of made me thirsty. Didn't really quench the thirst, but very rich. Anyway, that's probably about it for the Aprilia event. There's a MotoGP simulator, but it doesn't look like it's working fully. The guy's been trying to sort it out for about an hour, but it looks pretty cool. Anyway, I still got to go in Terminal 21 and see about replacing that microphone. The suspicious case of the missing microphone hasn't been solved yet, but there's a store in here I might be able to get a replacement. And I don't know, I can get a free burger here as well. I got a coupon for that, but maybe later. I'm not hungry. Hate to pass that up though. But anyway, let me see if I can replace this microphone.
Couldn't find what I was looking for at Terminal 21, but to come to the rescue here. That was my original plan anyway. So I went here looking for a new microphone that plugs into my computer and what I do the voiceovers on. I came here to a place called the Tiger, Big Tiger. Big Tiger. And you know, the one that I've been using, I paid I think 6,500 baht, about $200 for that. This one, 800 baht. So this one's more like, I don't know, 20, 22, something like that. Probably under $25. Anyway, we'll see how it does. I used it on the last episode and this one already, so I've used it on 2 episodes. Seem to be getting along with it okay. But tune in next time. V and I went out last night to a very different type of evening here. Something else there is to do in Pattaya, and we had a great time. Dinner, drinks, show, etc. You won't want to miss that. Anyway, there's always something new in Pattaya, but for this episode, gotta go ahead and leave it off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.